Yes, now come to question number 3. The correct sequence to convert this compound given here, an alcohol, into an amine. This is an amine. Okay. Now let us see what type of an alcohol that is. It is a primary alcohol. We are supposed to convert a primary alcohol into a secondary amine. Observe this is a secondary amine. How shall we do it? Let us check it out. We have to identify what is the right method to do it. Okay. Observe. First, you have primary alcohol RCH2OH, RCH2OH. Okay. See, now you need to introduce nitrogen atom into it. How do you introduce nitrogen atom? You can introduce nitrogen atom either in the form of KCN, cyanide ion, or using AgCN. Okay, but we very well know if you use KCN, you will get cyanide. If you use AgCN, you will get isocyanide. But also keep in mind, before you add KCN or AgCN, this particular compound must be converted to the corresponding haloalkane, because haloalkanes are the ones which undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction very easily. Alcohols ಅಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ OH is a bad leaving group. Therefore, what is your first job? What is your first task? Convert alcohol into haloalkane. How to do that? Use PBr3. Using PBr3, you can convert alcohol to haloalkane. So in place of OH, you'll have Br, RCH2Br. Yes, we got it. Now we have to decide whether we should use KCN or AgCN, because both KCN and AgCN will give us nitrogen or will introduce nitrogen into the compound. But remember, in the synopsis I discussed, if you use KCN, you will get a primary amine. But if you use AgCN, you will get a secondary amine. Therefore, we have to use AgCN, alcoholic AgCN, to be used. If you use AgCN, you will end up getting RCH2NC. RCH2NC. This is isocyanide. Isocyanide or isonitrile. Okay. This upon reduction, ಇದನ್ನ reduce ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you get a secondary amine. What are the reducing agent combination available? I'm sorry. Yeah, one of the best reducing agent combinations available is catalytic hydrogenation. Hydrogen in presence of platinum catalyst, heat. NC gets reduced. Gets reduced to what? Check this. R CH2 ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, and NC, N takes up one hydrogen, C takes up three hydrogens, NHCH3. Have we got the desired compound? Yes, RCH2 NHCH3. This is a secondary amine. This is indeed a secondary amine. Yes, we have got our product. So please look at the reagents. Reagents use ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನೋಡಿ. PBr3, it is there. PBr3 is here. Okay. Then we use AgCN. AgCN is here. Then we use catalytic hydrogenation. Yes. So option C becomes a correct answer. Option C is a correct answer. Okay. Right. Now let's move on further. Hope you have taken down this reaction as well. Okay. Next question. Question number 4. Again, you have a series of reactions given. We have to find out what the product B is. Check mark. So let me write the reagent. This is benzyl chloride. CH2Cl, benzyl chloride, made to react with sodium cyanide in presence of an alcohol, alcoholic sodium cyanide. So you know Cl gets replaced by Cn. Simple nucleophilic substitution reaction. So what is the product we get? This is the product. Cl gets replaced by Cn. We get CH2Cn. This must be our compound A. Now what is compound A treated with? It is made to react with hydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst and heat. So it is catalytic hydrogenation. So what happens during catalytic hydrogenation? The CN group, the nitrogen group, gets reduced. Carbon atom takes up 2 hydrogens, nitrogen atom takes up 2 hydrogens. So this is what you get. Benzene ring, then CH2, NH2. Just easy. C becomes H2, CH2, N becomes NH2. It's reduced. So what is the correct answer here? Which option matches? Benzene ring, CH2 and then NH2. It is, one second, there is one more carbon to be added. Illondu carbon extra add ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ CH2 was the original group, then that C becomes CH2 and again N becomes NH2. ನೋಡಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So which option matches this? Option D. Option D matches this. Benzene ring, CH2, CH2, NH2. Yes. Option D matches this. Very good. That was question number 4. Now proceeding further. Question number 5. Okay, again, you've got a series of reactions. You have to find out what is the final product Z. We'll check it out. Check ಮಾಡೋಣ. RCH2OH, primary alcohol ಇದೆ. RCH2OH, there is a primary alcohol given. It is made to react with potassium dichromate. What is potassium dichromate? It's a strong oxidizing agent, K2Cr2O7. It's a strong oxidizing agent. So what happens when primary alcohol gets oxidized? We have discussed this in alcohols chapter. Primary alcohols oxidize adag ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? You get carboxylic acids, RCOOH. Yes, this is the converted compound. Okay, this is your compound X. Now what are you treating this with? This is treated with ammonia first, followed by heat. Okay, so what do you get? First you get ammonium carboxylate. We saw that in the previous chapter, carboxylic acids. First you get ammonium carboxylate, then upon further heating you get an amide. COOH group gets converted to an amide, or COOH becomes CONH2. CONH2. Nodi ಹೇಗೆ change ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ functional group? This is an amide, so this must be your compound Y. Okay, then you are subjecting it to catalytic hydrogenation. Very simple. You are treating it with hydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst at high temperatures. So what do you get? The CO part becomes CH2. R hage irutte nodi. R doesn't change. From the beginning it's same. The CO part becomes CH2. CH2, NH2. Yes. This is your compound Z. RCH2, NH2, a primary amine. Option B. Option B is right. Okay. That was question number 5. Now coming to question number 6. Very simple, easy. Gabriel thalamide reaction is used for the preparation of what type of amines? We know, I told this to you, it is used only for primary aliphatic amines. Option C only, primary aliphatic amines. Easy. Not even primary aromatic amines. Primary aromatic amines kuda prepare madakagalla. Okay. Now let's go to next question. Question 7. Reaction of acetamide with bromine water and potassium hydroxide gives. Okay. See an amide. You got an amide, halogen, and a base. Okay. So if you have an amide, halogen, and a base, what reaction comes to our mind? It is Hoffman bromamide degradation. Hoffman bromamide degradation. Hoffman bromamide degradation. Okay. So the given amide is acetamide, or CONH2 acetamide, made to react with bromine in presence of a base. Bromine in presence of base, KOH. What does it give you? It gives you a primary amine with one carbon less, RNH2. Okay. So this part is removed. So acetamide means CH3, CONH2. When subjected to the same reaction, bromine in presence of KOH, Hoffman bromide, you'll have CH3 now attached to NH2. Yes, you get methylamine. Methylamine is a product. So which is the correct answer then? Option D. Methylamine is a product. Option D. Easy. Okay. That's I think about questions on methods of preparation. Now let us quickly go to chemical properties of amines. Yeah, before the physical properties. Some interesting aspects related to physical properties. You should know primary and secondary amines. Only primary and secondary amines show intermolecular hydrogen bonding because in these amines nitrogen is attached to 2 and 1 hydrogens respectively, but tertiary amines do not show intermolecular hydrogen bonding. See, tertiary amines do not have intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Important. Okay. But all the three types of amines will associate with water through the hydrogen bondings and hence they are soluble. But boiling point of amines will be less than that of alcohols because hydrogen bonding in amines is weaker than that in alcohols. Hence, amines will have lesser boiling point than alcohols. Let me write that. Amine less than alcohol in boiling point. Boiling point. Amines have lesser boiling point than alcohols of comparable molecular mass. Okay, that's about the important points related to physical properties. Now proceeding further. Okay, there is one question on physical property. Which of the following statements is not correct? Which is not correct at the killer? Okay, so let's verify one by one. Primary amines show intermolecular hydrogen bonding is correct, no doubt. Secondary amines show intermolecular hydrogen bonding is also right. Tertiary amines show intermolecular hydrogen bonding is false. Hence, this becomes our correct answer. This is the correct answer, but that is false. Okay, tertiary amines do not form intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, yes. Now let's take up chemical properties. One very prominent chemical property of amines is the fact that it is basic in nature. Amines are basic in nature. See, that is illustrated here. An amine picks up a proton from an acid and forms a corresponding salt. That demonstrates its basic character. And the basic nature of amines is described by this equilibrium. Okay, just like how you use Ka value, Ka for indicating acid strength, you can use Kb. Kb is base dissociation constant. Kb, base dissociation constant. Okay, and this point is important. Larger the Kb value, larger the value of Kb or smaller the value of pKb, you know, Kb and pKb, how are they related? pKb is negative logarithm of Kb. So larger the value of Kb, smaller will be the pKb value and hence stronger is the base. This is the important point related to basic nature of amines. Okay, next. Now let us compare the basic strength of different amines. First, let us compare aliphatic amines, alkanamines with ammonia. Alkanamines or aliphatic amines are stronger bases. Important point, highlight this. Alkyl amines are stronger bases than ammonia. That is because alkyl groups show plus psi effect and increase electron density. Okay, then you need to know the order of basicity of different amines, primary, secondary, and tertiary in gas phase. Gas phase in order, okay? The correct order is tertiary amines more basic than secondary amines. Secondary amines stronger than primary amine. Primary amines stronger than ammonia. This is the order. But remember, this is only for gaseous phase. This is only for gaseous phase. Now, what if it is in solution? How do you analyze strength of amines in solution? This is important. Nodi, entrance exam is tumba important. Basic strength of amines in solution, aqueous solution. Now, how do you guess that? Here, there are a number of factors involved. What are the factors? Of course, it's the plus R group. It's always there. Inductive effect. See, inductive effect is always there. In addition to inductive effect, there is something called solvation effect. and then you have steric hindrance. Okay, all these three factors put together will give you this order. This order is very, very important. You have to remember this. You have to remember this order. Lot of questions are asked. This is the basicity order for ethyl and methylamines. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ethylamine ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? For ethylamine, secondary is the most basic. Check this out. Secondary, more basic than tertiary, more basic than primary. For what? Ethylamine ಗೆ. Ethylamine ನೋಡಿ situation ಹೇಗೆ change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? Secondary is more basic here also, but after secondary you have primary, then tertiary, then ammonia. So you have to be careful. This is the order in aqueous solution. Very important. Hope you have noted it down. Yes, let me proceed. Okay, now you are comparing aliphatic amine with aromatic amine. Now aliphatic amines are more basic than aromatic amines, or you can find out here basic nature. Basic nature of aniline aromatic amine is less than that of ammonia, which means it will be less than that of alkyl amines as well. That is because of lone pair of electrons. Observe Madi, lone pair of electrons here is involved in resonance, plus R effect. Therefore, electron density on nitrogen becomes less. Hence, that reduces its basic nature. And then, what about the substituents attached? Electron releasing substituents always increase basic strength, whereas electron withdrawing substituents decrease basic strength. Important point to be noted down. Electron releasing groups increase basic character, electron withdrawing groups decrease it. Then apart from it, you have the following reactions. Acylation reaction. In this reaction, you have primary amine acting as a nucleophile attacking this. So in place of H, you get RCO. So the product is an amine. During acylation, product is an amine. Okay. So primary and secondary amines undergo acylation. Now focus on this important point. Tertiary amines do not undergo acylation. Tertiary amines do not undergo acylation. Good. Proceeding further. Similar to acylation is this reaction called benzylation. The only difference is in acylation you take acetyl chloride, in benzylation you take benzoyl chloride. That's the only difference, and you get an aromatic amine. That's benzylation. And next is another very important reaction. You call it carbylamine reaction. Very important from the examination point of view. So what is carbylamine reaction? In this reaction, a primary amine is heated with chloroform and a base. And you end up getting isocyanide, a foul smelling gas. Okay. So please remember, this reaction is shown only by primary amines. Okay, very, very important. Reaction shown only by primary amines. Secondary and tertiary amines do not undergo carbylamine reaction. Hence, you can use this reaction to distinguish primary amines. From secondary or tertiary amines. Easy. Okay, good. That is about carbylamine reaction. Next important reagent is nitrous acid. See how amines react with nitrous acid. A primary aliphatic amine. When made to react with nitrous acid, it gives an alcohol. Alcohol is a product. Yavagado, if the amine is primary aliphatic. But if the amine is primary aromatic, amine, then see what is the product you get? You get benzene diazenyl chloride. Very important. Benzene diazenyl chloride. Okay. That's about reaction with nitrous acid. Next you have Hinsberg's test. A very important test called Hinsberg's test, which makes use of this reagent called Hinsberg's reagent. Okay. Now, what is Hinsberg's reagent? What is the chemical composition of Hinsberg's reagent? It is benzene sulfonyl chloride. Nenpitkobeku. You should know the composition of Hinsberg's reagent. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. See how you write it? Benzene. This part is a sulfonyl group. Chloride. Okay. Now, you should remember Hinsberg's reagent reacts only with primary and secondary amines. Primary, secondary amines with the matra react manutte, not with tertiary amines. Important point. Okay, next. See, with primary amines, see what you get? With primary amines, you get a substance soluble in alkali. You get a compound soluble in alkali. Yavaga, if the amine is primary. For a primary amine, the precipitate formed is soluble in alkali. Now let us see what happens for a secondary amine. For a secondary amine, check this out. This is secondary amine. Secondary amine. For a secondary amine, what happens? The precipitate is insoluble. This precipitate, will be insoluble in alkali. Insoluble in alkali. Yes. So that's the difference. Tertiary amines do not react at all. Tertiary amines do not react. Important point. Okay. Right. So then you have simple electrophilic substitution reactions. Bromination, like how any other aromatic compound will undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. Aniline, also being aromatic, will undergo those reactions. Okay. Aniline group, the NH2 group, is a highly activated group because of its plus R effect. Plus R effect. Therefore, highly activating. And what kind of directing influence it has? It is ortho and para directing. All plus R groups are ortho para directing. All plus R groups are ortho para directing. Okay. So if you carry out bromination in bromine water, you get 2,4,6 tribromoaniline, also called symmetric aniline. Symmetric tribromoaniline. Yes. Now, if you don't want bromination to all the three positions, then you need to first convert aniline to acetanilide. Acetanilide, a very prominent painkiller, analgesic. Acetanilide. That acetanilide is brominated. You'll get bromine only at the para position, no ortho substitution. Then hydrolyze it, you get back the compound. You get back the aniline with para substitution. Okay. Important point that is. Next. Similarly, you can carry out nitration and observe one very interesting aspect related to nitration. You also get around 47% meta-nitro product. Now, why are you getting meta product? Meta product is because meta-nitrobenzene is formed because aniline in acidic conditions, NH2 in acidic conditions forms anilinium ion. See, while carrying out nitration, you use acid conditions, right? See, you use acid conditions. So under acid conditions, aniline gets converted to anilinium ion, NH3 plus. Now this group is meta-directing. NH3 plus will be meta-directing. Meta-directing. Other than that, you get around 47% of meta product. Then sulfonation. First, aniline forms anilinium hydrogen sulfate, and then upon heating, it undergoes a rearrangement to give you what is called as sulfonilic acid, which has both sulfonic acid group and aniline group, amine group, and this exists as a Zwitter ion. That's about chemical properties of amines. Let us check out questions now quickly. Okay. Yes. Question number 9. Aniline dissolves in HCl due to the formation of Yes, I told you, anilinium chloride. We saw it just previously. Anilinium chloride. Aniline dissolves because it reacts with HCl. Check this out. Aniline made to react with HCl. You get anilinium chloride salt. NH2 becomes NH3 plus, and it is now complex with Cl minus. Yes, anilinium chloride. Anilinium chloride. Yes. Yes, anilinium chloride. So option A is right. Question number 10. Arrange the following in the correct order of their basic character. Please check this out. You have ammonia. This is aliphatic amine. This is aliphatic amine. Aliphatic. And this is aromatic. Aromatic. And what's the basicity order of amines? Aliphatic amines, more basic than ammonia. Aliphatic amines, more basic than ammonia. Ammonia is more basic than aromatic amines. Aromatic amines, yes. So, which is the aliphatic amine here? Aliphatic amine is compound 2. Ammonia is 1. And aromatic amine is 3. So, what's the order then? 2 greater than 1 greater than 3. 2 greater than 1 greater than 3. Which option? Option C. Option C, easy. That was question number 10. Good. Now let's go to the next question. Question number 11. Incorrect statement among the following is. Let us see which is incorrect, which is wrong. Incorrect ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay. Methanamine is more basic than ammonia. Yes, all aliphatic amines are more basic than ammonia. This is right. This statement is right. Ammonia forms hydrogen bonds. Of course, yes. You can't deny it. Boiling point of ethylamine is higher than propane. Yes, amines have a higher boiling point than alkanes. Aliphatic amines are less basic than aniline. This is wrong. This is wrong. Aliphatic amines are always more basic than aromatic amines. Hence, option D becomes our correct answer because you're asked to find out the incorrect statement. Okay? Yes. Question number 12. Which one of the following? Question number 12. Which one of the following is the strongest base in aqueous solution? Remember, you have to find out the strongest base and in aqueous solution. So remember the order of basic strength of methylamines in aqueous solution. Basicity order. Basicity order of methylamine in aqueous solution. What is the basicity order? First comes secondary methylamine, CH3 twice NH, secondary amine, followed by primary amine, and that is followed by tertiary amine in aqueous solution. This order is applicable for aqueous solution. So you are asked strongest. Which is the strongest here? Secondary amine is the strongest. This is the strongest. Hence, find that out. Dimethylamine. Yes, dimethylamine. Option C is correct. Option C is right. Okay. That's about question number 12. Let us proceed further. Question number 13. For the conversion of aniline to N-methyl aniline. So, what is the target given to us? The task given to us is convert aniline. This is aniline. Convert it into N-methyl aniline. What is N-methyl aniline? To the nitrogen atom of aniline, you attach a methyl group, CH3. H. In place of H, you get a methyl group. So you are converting a primary amine into a secondary amine. So what is the new group that you are bringing in? You are bringing in methyl group. Okay. So see in which option you have methyl group. You have option A and option D, both having methyl. But which undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction readily? It is methyl iodide. If you treat this with methyl iodide, you convert primary amine into secondary amine. So option A is correct answer. Option A is correct answer. That is question number 13. Okay. Now moving on with question number 14. Again, you have a series of reactions. You have to find out the final product C. Check mark. What is the first thing written? Benzene C6H6 made to react with nitric acid in presence of sulfuric acid, HNO3 in presence of H2SO4. You know it undergoes nitration. You get nitrobenzene. This nitrobenzene is then, okay, this is your compound A, nitrobenzene. This nitrobenzene is then treated with tin in HCl. It's a reducing agent, remember. So the nitro group now gets reduced. This nitro group gets reduced to what? NH2 group. So you get a primary amine. This is aniline, NH2. This is your compound B. Now what is done to B? B is further treated with CH3COCl, acylation. When the hydrogen atom, one of the hydrogens of NH2, one of these hydrogens will be replaced by CH3CO group. That's acylation. Hydrogen ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ will have CH3CO acyl group. Check ಮಾಡಿ. See what the product you get? Benzene ring, and then you have NH attached to COCH3. Yes, this is this very popular compound called acetanilide. Yes. Okay, that was question number 14. Question number 14, I thought. Now, let's take a 15. Carbyl-amine reaction. You know, carbyl-amine reaction is a reaction shown only by primary amines. Both aliphatic and aromatic, yes. Both aliphatic and aromatic primary amines. Option C, straight away, easy. Very easy. Carbyl-amine reaction. Okay. So, you know what carbyl-amine reaction is? A primary amine, RNH2, aliphatic or aromatic, is made to react with chloroform, CHCl3 in presence of a base, say KOH. One ends up getting RNC, isocyanide. RNC isocyanide plus KCl plus water. Okay. Yes. Get RNC plus KCl plus water. Yeah. Question number 16. When aniline is heated with chloroform and caustic potash, same. Aniline is a primary aliphatic amine. Chloroform and base. Potassium hydroxide. What do we get? This is carbyl-amine reaction. This is again carbyl-amine reaction. Okay. So in carbyl-amine reaction, what's the product? Isocyanide. Isocyanide is the product. Yes. Easy. Good. Let's proceed to the next question. 18th one. A compound X having molecular formula C3H9N. The molecular formula is given C3H9N. Reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Good. So what is benzene sulfonyl chloride? Next part, what is benzene sulfonyl chloride? It is Hinsberg reagent. Benzene sulfonyl chloride is Hinsberg reagent. Very good. Okay. Now let's look at the information given in the question. So you have some organic amine C3H9N, which is made to react with Hinsberg reagent. To form a solid, a precipitate is formed which is soluble in excess alkali. Yes, which is soluble in excess alkali. This happens only if the amine is primary amine. Only for primary amines, the solid formed is soluble in excess alkali. Let me show that reaction to you. Okay, so we have spotted that it's a primary amine. So which is the primary amine option here? A is primary amine, B is secondary, C is also secondary, D is tertiary. So only primary amines react with Hinsberg reagent to give you a solid which is soluble in excess alkali. So option A is a correct answer. Option A must be a correct answer. Okay. Yes. So question number 19. Easy. Bromine water reacts with aniline. You have seen this reaction. Reaction of aniline with bromine water. Aniline is a highly activated ring. NH2 made to react with bromine in presence of polar solvent like water. You will now have bromination at all the three positions. What are the three positions? The two ortho and one para position. NH2, bromine here, as well as in the ortho position. So all the three positions get substituted. So what do you call this? Symmetric tribromoaniline. This is what is symmetric tribromoaniline. Okay, good. That's about question number 19. Let's proceed further. Barcode, I'll wait for a couple of seconds. Just copy it down. Okay. Yeah. Next. On heating aniline with fuming sulfuric acid, you are heating aniline with sulfuric acid at 180 degrees Celsius. You are asked what is the compound form. Let me rewrite those reactions to you. Aniline reacts with sulfuric acid concentrated sulfuric acid. This first gives you anilinium hydrogen sulfate. Anilinium hydrogen sulfate, NH3 plus HSO4 minus. Okay, this upon further heating, you heat this further, it undergoes a rearrangement losing water, thus gives you this compound. NH2 group will रहता and then you have SO3H, sulfonic acid group attached here, SO3H, water lost. This is the compound called sulfanilic acid. Sulfanilic acid. And this exists in a Zwitterion form. This exists in Zwitterion form. So NH3 plus SO3 minus. Yes. This is the Zwitterion. Okay, so what is the correct answer then? Sulfanilic acid, option C. Option C, sulfanilic acid is the correct answer. Very good. So that's about question number 20. Okay, I think these are all the questions related to amines. Now in this chapter, in addition to amines, there is one more category of compound known as diazoonium salts. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು next class ಅಲ್ಲಿ continue ಮಾಡೋಣ. Okay, next class will complete diazoonium salts and take up two small chapters in organic chemistry, that is polymers, and we'll take up chemistry in everyday life, or biomolecules. We'll take up any of these two. Okay, yes. Now let me conclude the session. Thank you all.